Yo, what's up guys? We're back at it again with another video. Normally, I don't really do movie reviews on this channel, as you guys already know. But today, I absolutely need to talk about Spider-Man No Way Home. So, I was fortunate enough to go see the movie last night with a couple of friends. Oh my gosh, the whole movie experience was literally insane. It was crazy. Everything I could have asked for in a Spider-Man movie was there. So for like the first half of the video, I'll give you guys like a non-spoiler review, and then like later on down the line, I'll also give like my own thoughts of like what actually went on in the movie. So a spoiler review. Okay, so to focus on like the non-spoiler side of the movie, I would give Spider-Man No Way Home a good 10 out of 10. Honestly, there was just so much happening, but somehow the director managed to just fit all the plot points in there and just make the movie so well written. Like the music was going off, the cast of characters were amazing, the actors were definitely giving it their all, and I also love the build up for the story and how everything just connected so well. And there were just so many scenes in the movie where people were either just laughing together at their jokes, either crying, or just screaming and cheering and clapping like they were in a freaking concert or in a like a football game. It was essentially that same type of energy. I will say though, if you are going to go watch the movie, I highly encourage you guys to go watch it in IMAX, especially in a theater where the audience is packed. Because I will say this, if you are like a diehard Marvel fan or like a diehard Spider-Man fan like me, like chances are you're going to very, very much enjoy this movie. And I feel like the audience really puts the movie experience to a whole nother level. Like it was absolutely amazing. Like I can't wrap my head around it. Like it wasn't just the characters in the movie that were putting in that energy, but the audience members as well that were also putting in the energy of making the experience just so much better. And that's what I feel like just that literally just changed the whole game for me. But nonetheless, I feel like even if you haven't watched like the old Spider-Man movies, or even if you haven't watched the old Marvel movies, this movie is still gonna be very, very much enjoyable. I think that's practically it for my non-spoiler review for Spider-Man No Way Home. But yeah, I just want to say that it was absolutely phenomenal. Any Spider-Man fan, any Marvel fan, just any movie fan will just be so surprised by how well executed the whole film really was. And I think that it really does deserve a 10 out of 10. It's been getting amazing reviews throughout the internet, and I will also say best superhero movie of 2021. Alright, so we're gonna begin our spoiler review in 3, 2, 1. But anyways, this is my spoiler review. Okay, so where do I start? I'll say the villains were very, very well thought out. This isn't really like a huge spoiler per se, because if you've seen the trailers, you already know who the villains were. But I really like the fact that they got back Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin, Alfred Molina as Doc Ock, and Jamie Foxx as Electro once again. And the actors, they were just so amazing. Willem Dafoe though, that man's acting was so freaking good. Like, I don't know how he does it. Like, he can portray one side of the character so well, and then just all of a sudden just turn like 360 and just become somebody completely different. Like, his acting as Green Goblin just made the movie so much better, and I feel like he did a great job just acting out the villain. And I feel like William Dafoe, he captures the energy. He embodies like the true nature of, you know, the Green Goblin. I absolutely love that. The other thing which everybody just absolutely loved was when Andrew Garfield from the Amazing Spider-Man movies came on screen, and so did Tobey Maguire from the original Sam Raimi trilogy. Oh my gosh, The moment I saw those two just pop up, I went absolutely nuts. Like, I was hyperventilating, I was breathing super hard, like, I was screaming. I had my friends sitting on my right, and they were just like, yo, Tim, just gotta chill out, we're trying to watch the movie. But, like, I could not chill out. Like, that was literally, it was so good. It was so good. My entire audience just got so hyped for that moment. And I personally feel like the real reason why it resonated with me was because I grew up watching these Spider-Man movies, reading Spider-Man comics, and just watching these Spider-Man cartoons. So it just felt so surreal to see, all three of the Spider-Men together fighting, stopping villains, and it was just like, wow. And I love the dialogue, the interactions, and the morality of these characters. Everything just fits so well together. I would also just like to point out that I think the ending was quite fine. Essentially Peter Parker, he basically gets his entire history erased about Spider-Man, but he decides to basically start fresh, start anew, and become the superhero that he always wanted to be, while also, trying to balance out the life of, a student. And I just want to say props to Tom Holland, because in the beginning, when he was cast as Spider-Man, I was very reluctant to actually, accept him as the new Spider-Man, but this movie literally put Tom Holland as one of the best Spider-Man, adaptations there were out there. His acting, phenomenal. The emotions, the facial expressions, like everything that he did, like he just gave out 100% of his acting into this role. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go too much into the rest of the details of the movie, but that's pretty much it for my review for the movie. Okay, so for the second half of the video, I'll be answering some would you rather questions. So not too long ago, I actually sent an Instagram questionnaire on my story asking people to send me would you rather questions. So I'll be answering those for the next part of the video. So, first question, would you rather eat 20 small meals in a day or only eat one giant meal per day? I would go with eat one giant meal per day, because just eating 20 miniature meals, that's still gonna be a lot. And if I can just eat one giant meal, that would probably just fill me up for the next few hours or so. Would you rather eat one horse-sized frog or 100 frog-sized horses? I would go with eat one horse-sized frog, just because I can't imagine eating a horse, but I have eaten frog meat before, so I'd probably just go with that. Would you rather have no more AC for the rest of your life or no more internet? I would say no more AC, just because the internet and the social media and technology is just so prevalent nowadays. So I would definitely need the internet to survive for the next few years to come. And as for AC, just, I don't know, either strip your clothes off or just wear more layers. That's basically it. Let's see, would you rather jump out of a plane or dive to the bottom of the ocean? Ooh, the thing is, I am somebody who's really, really scared of heights. But at the same time, I also know that humans haven't even discovered what's at the bottom of the ocean, right? The ocean is just really, really deep compared to everything else on Earth, and we don't even know what lurks at the bottom of the sea. So I'd probably go with jump out of a plane, because who knows, if I dive to the bottom of the ocean, a giant kaiju monster might try to eat me. But yeah, I feel like jumping out of a plane will seem extremely scary, but I feel like within the next few minutes that I'm flying in air, I could definitely get the hang of it. But it was still I would still be freaking out, but that's something I would go with. Would you rather cereal or milk in first? Cereal first. I don't understand why people like to put milk in first, but cereal is always the way to go. Would you rather swim in honey or swim in jello? I'd definitely swim in jello. Be stomped on by Ariana Grande or be suffocated by Zendaya? I would go with the first one, be stomped on by Ariana Grande. Would you rather get a high-paying job or have $10 million? So, I would most likely say get a high paying job because that way I can keep myself productive while also being able to get good bank. Um, and as for the $10 million, right? Like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like having it now is kind of pointless. Of course, I could always save up, but to tell you the truth, I'd probably just go with a high paying job. Would you rather only lie for a year or only tell the truth for a year? I'd go with tell the truth for a year because I know like lying hurts people, and so does telling the truth. But I feel like you get more benefits from being able to tell the truth rather than, lying to people. Alright, on the topic of Marvel, would you rather invent the Iron Man suit or be injected with the super soldier serum? Okay, okay. So I would most definitely go with invent the Iron Man suit because not only is Tony Stark rich from making these Iron Man suits, but he's also equipped it with just so many different functions like flying, shooting laser beams, and just a bunch of like crazy stuff. But I would definitely go with building an Iron Man suit. Would you rather be 6'4" with zero muscles or 4'11" and completely shredded? I would go with 6'4" with zero muscles because I feel like being short but also being like really buff it just looks really really weird. But just being 6'4", like just being tall with just like skin and bones, I feel like that's a little bit like better in my opinion, so I'd probably go with that. Fight 10 duck-sized bears or one bear-sized duck? I would go with fight 10 duck-sized bears just because of the fact that it's essentially the equivalent of being able to fight like 10 little miniature like dogs in a sense. So it shouldn't be that hard, right? That is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed my review for Spider-Man No Way Home, as well as these quick would you rather questions. And I hope to see you guys next year. Peace out.